Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah, and today I want to ask the question, can you wear shades from the opposite palette within the color system? Now, the reason I add the color system that you are using is because that actually determines if the answer is a yes or a no. Now, before I jump into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Back to the whole color system thing. When we look at different color systems like the 4 seasons or the 6 dominant characteristics, the 12, the 16, there are a whole lot more. Did you know there's even a 3 palette system? I think we did a video on it a long time ago. We don't use that one, but there is in the 4 seasons. To answer that, we're going to look at 4 dominant characteristics. So in the 4 seasons, you look at 4 dominant characteristics: light to deep, warm to cool. And that's it. So if I am in autumn, I am going to be on the deeper side and I'm going to be on the warmer side. If you are spring, you are light and warm. If you are winter, you are deep and cool. And if you are summer, which happens to be the opposite, you are a light and cool. So looking at the 4 season system, can I pull shades from my opposite, which would be a summer? The answer is yes, because an autumn and a summer share a characteristic, which is soft. So in these 2 palettes, autumns and summers both wear muted tones. So there are shades that I can pull from the summer palette, which usually tend to be deeper because I am deep, and more towards balanced spectrum. So in between warm and cool shades, I can pull those colorings. And also that has a lot to do with my neutral skin tone. If you are a warm skin tone, it's going to be trickier. But if you have a neutral skin tone, which a majority of the United States does, then it becomes a little bit easier to pull from my opposite palette. And of course, I can pull from my sister palettes as well pretty easily. The thing is, when I get deeper into color analysis, for example, the 6 dominant characteristics, we not only are talking light to deep, warm to cool, we now add soft to clear. So what that does is adding a third spectrum to look at. So a soft autumn, for example, is deep and warm still, but soft. The absolute direct opposite wouldn't happen till we get into 16 palette system, because in the 12 palette system, my opposite doesn't exist. And that is somebody who is light, who is cool, and who is clear, which happens to be a clear summer. Now, a clear summer's coloring is iridescent. We always like to use that adjective. They are bright pinks that are lighter. They are really vibrant purples that are also lighter. You might think a bright winter, but just lighten all those shades and you will hit a clear summer. There are not a lot of shades that I could just wear. Do my normal makeup routine. Actually, I don't think there are any shades I could wear and just keep everything the same. But I tried to be creative today. Now, I think I may have cheated a little bit because this color is deeper on the deeper side. You could probably find it better in the winter palette, but I really had nothing available for a clear summer. So this is the best I had. What did I do today? Well, to get from my soft side to a clear, light, and cool side, I used makeup tricks. The first makeup trick I used was intensified my eyes. So I added a whole lot more mascara. When I say more mascara, I think I did 3 coats of mascara today. A winged liner. Now, I don't have black wing liner, so I did have to go for a brown again. I'm cheating. And I also went with a brighter, redder lip. I didn't want to go too intense because on camera it would completely wash me out, which I wouldn't do that to you guys. But I did go brighter, bolder with my lip and also my foundation. We get a lot of clients who are soft and they say, I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I just wear some BB, CC cream, maybe a little lip tint here and there. That's the kind of makeup that softs wear because it's softer. But with clears, you are going to wear a more intense formula. So today I have a more intense, I layered on my foundation to be more contrast. So, I really removed any softness that I have on my skin tone and laid on a thicker layer to create contrast between my hair and my skin tone. I added more sparkle down my nose, my highlight. I added more contour today to create those shadows, to create the contrast that I need to get to that level. So when we get into the 6 dominant characteristics, do I think you can wear your complete opposite? No, it's too much. But like I always say, you can wear whatever you want. Just make those small adjustments to get yourself there. So I not only wore a brighter dress, brighter, more intense makeup, more high contrast foundation, pulled my hair back. I tried to become clearer today. Could I have done a better job? Yes. I could have completely pulled my hair up and that would have helped. I could have gone for like more of a wet hair texture. I'm going to be honest. It's a lot of work to become clear when I am so soft. Is it going to make certain features of mine look clearer? Yes, my eye color is going to look a little bit more clearer today. My skin tone, because I use makeup, looks clearer today. And so my hair also looks clearer today. With this coloring, it's going to remove a lot of the red in it. It's going to look a little bit more sharp, defined. With that being said, you wear whatever colors you want that make you happy. If you would like tips and tricks on how to adjust, maybe you need to go softer. So maybe you pull a few curly hair pieces down. Remember, texture helps. So if you are, this very intense, clear person and you want to soften yourself, adding a little curl, bringing a few tendrils down to soften your overall look. Not going with a sharp brow, maybe powdering your brows a little bit more to soften your lip color. Bring it down. Don't go for a bright, clear, bold red. Go for something maybe a little bit softer watermelon or a tinted lip product instead. Also, freckles can help soften. There are things that you can do to adjust yourself softer or clearer, warmer or cooler, like bronzer, foundation. Those things can pull your temperature either way. Now, light to deep does become a little bit tricky. I always say remove the hair out of the equation. If you do have darker eyes, it is harder to push yourself lighter, but there are ways to navigate. So don't think, you're never going to be able to wear certain shades. That's not the case. You can wear whatever you want. Just know that you might have to do some color class tips and tricks to adjust your coloring. So at the beginning, I did say it kind of depends on the system you use. And that's what I wanted to explain. In the 4 seasons, there is going to be a similarity between each of the seasons. But when it comes down into the 6 dominant characteristics, the 12-16 palette, then we become more refined and it becomes harder to match those different palettes. So lastly, I'm Sarah. This has been another color class and I'll see you in our next video.